Today's assignment involves constructions. So you have to be able to use either this kind of compass or this kind of compass right here for our demonstration. And then you're also going to need to be able to figure out the software that we're going to do in Alex, which is a little tricky. So in my second video, I'll show you some of the Alex tricks that you might need to know. All right. So first concept that we talked about was perpendicular bisector. So what I want you to do, it doesn't matter that you have a ruler or a straight edge. A lot of you guys are just going to have a blue piece of plastic that has a straight edge on it. But I want you to make a segment, all right? And let's darken in the end points of our segments, right? And put a capital letter. Capital letters are how we label endpoints. Now look, compasses have a sharp point and a pencil or something to make a mark. Like in the thousands of years ago, the Greeks probably just had something that just scratched in the dirt. They probably didn't have lead and pencils and all that kind of stuff. So like this one has two pieces of lead on it. So one of the points is going to be where you kind of anchor at the end point. So I'm going to choose this piece of lead to be my anchor point. And then I want to extend my compass at least past the midpoint. So on this compass right here, there's a little dial. So you got to spin that little dial until the compass is at least past the midpoint. On these kind of compasses, it's just like a friction thing. And the less friction you have, the more likely it's going to kind of move on you right in the middle of the construction. This guy right here, it's nice because the threads on this little bolt won't let it kind of move. So I don't want you to push on the legs. I want you to spin the dial to adjust this one. All right. So do the best you can. These little kind of more inexpensive ones are sometimes harder to use because they move on you. So you got to adjust it past halfway. And then you're going to hold the little sharp point. I'd kind of hold it with my fingers. This takes a little bit of coordination here. But you notice I'm more than halfway. And then I'm going to make an arc up above. And then I'm going to turn the paper. Sometimes like turning the paper and getting the compass in the right place is a good way of maneuvering it. And then I'm going to make an arc below. Notice I paid attention to the fact that my compass hasn't spread out or changed its distance between the sharp point and the pencil lead. Now I'm going to move it to the other side. The little sharp point's going to go on the other end point. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to make an arc up here, and I'm going to make an arc right down there where they intersect. Okay, so where these 2 points intersect are 2 points that are the same distance from the end points. See, these two little tick marks here are the same distance from A and B. So all I need to do is connect those 2 points because they have to be on the perpendicular bisector. And once I connect those two, I've constructed the perpendicular bisector. So let's kind of mark it up so we can see these two pieces are equal to each other. Let's label it perpendicular bisector. And then let's test out the perpendicular bisector theorem. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick a point on the perpendicular bisector. And then let's measure that point to the end point. So I'm going to shrink my compass down until I have the points of the compass right between, right on those 2 points there. Then I'm going to shift it over and see if I have to adjust the compass to get to the other end point. Look at that. It's perfect. Perfect distance. So this segment here is equal to that segment over there. And let's, what the heck, let's draw that one in too. This is demonstrating the perpendicular bisector theorem. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 tick here, and I'm going to put 1 tick on the other side. All right, so that's a construction for you right there. You only use a straight edge and a compass to do your construction. Now, the second concept that we've talked about is angle bisector. Angle bisector involves a little bit more tick marks, a few more tick marks. So first thing I need you to do is make an angle. I'd like you to make an acute angle. It might be a little bit easier with an acute one rather than an obtuse angle or a right angle. And then you set your compass. It doesn't really matter how far apart you open your compass up to right now, but just I want you to make a mark or an arc on that side of the angle and then I make a mark on this side of the angle. So now I have 2 points that are the same distance from the vertex. Okay, so let's label this guy over here. This is our vertex. And now what we do is we're going to make an arc out here and an arc going this way, and this is going to be where we put the compass on those 2 points. So what I'm doing right now is I'm finding all the points that are a certain distance away. Oh boy, don't let the compass move. So you kind of, this one right here, the lead is like my anchor point. So I want to make sure it doesn't move on me. Okay, and then I move the anchor point over here and don't let it move. Kind of hold it with your fingers. And then make another arc over here. And where those 2 intersect, we're going to go right to the vertex from that point out there. So I'm lining up my straight edge right here and connecting those 2 points together. Okay? So this is how you do the angle bisector using a compass and a straight edge. These are called constructions. All right? Thanks for watching my video.